Ladies and most gentlemen, today we're going to talk about Transmog and more specifically some changes coming to the game in patch 8.3 Visions of N'Zoth. And obviously you've read the title, so yeah, in 8.3 you can now transmog legendary items, which is absolutely awesome. Not being able to transmog into legendary items is something that's been in the game pretty much since transmog came along. So in this video we're basically going to talk about it, which items you can and can't, and what restrictions there are and things like that, and basically give you the lowdown on what's coming. And they did actually say at BlizzCon that it will be Shadowlands that this is coming, but it is officially in the 8.3 PTR, so one would assume it's going to be in 8.3, which is awesome. So let's jump onto the transmog, and as you can see right now, I've transmogged my weapons into Shadowmourne. I have double Shadowmourne as a Fury Warrior. Obviously I can wear two-handed weapons, and I'm currently equipping Shadowmourne, which is a legendary that I acquired. Now I don't have a ton of legendaries on this character, but I can still break down the rules and regulations of transmogging into a legendary weapon. So some legendary weapons do have the option to put enchants on. You can just put those on and they look absolutely fantastic, especially Thunder Fury. Thunder Fury looks absolutely amazing with some really cool enchants on it. The PTR, I don't have a ton of enchants on here, but I do actually have some on retail. I don't know why that happens. So yeah, as I said, you could transmog pretty much every single legendary weapon. There is some interesting things that I don't really know the answer to, that being the Glaive of Azzinoth. Now on this character I do have the main hand Glaive of Azzinoth, but I don't have it unlocked. I don't have it in my appearance tab right now, and I'm not too sure why. It could be due to the fact that in Legion they made it so you need an achievement to be able to transmog it. Obviously they made that for Demon Hunters only, but yeah, I've checked on a Demon Hunter, I've checked on a Rogue, I've checked on every single character. The Glaives are just not on the appearance tab. Now I don't know whether or not once you have it on a Demon Hunter you have it on all your characters. I've never done that achievement, unfortunately I only have one, but it is interesting to note that the Glaive of Azzinoth that I have on my warrior, which I can equip, I can put that on right now, is not on the appearance tab, which is kind of interesting. One thing that's kind of interesting is the fact that you can actually transmog legendary staves. So as you can see, Dragon Wrath right here is on my appearance tab. Now as a warrior I cannot even start that quest. Now what does this mean? This means that if I have a caster and I unlock this weapon on that caster, I will be able to use this weapon on my warrior or any other class that can transmog staves, which is pretty darn cool. Another example of this is Valenar, Hammer of the Ancient Kings from Ulduar. Can't actually start that quest as a warrior, it's a caster weapon only, and once it's unlocked on a caster, you actually get to use this on any class that can equip one-handed maces, which is really cool actually. It's just a shame that you can't unlock it on this character, but pretty awesome that the fact that if you do have a caster that has unlocked this hammer, you can use it on a warrior or any other class that can equip one-handed maces. So the basic rule is essentially if an item doesn't have a class restriction on the actual item, it can be used by other classes, but you will need to use specific classes to unlock it through certain quests, because the quests are class restricted, if that makes sense. And then if the item actually has some class restrictions on the item itself, for example Shadowmourne can be only used by Death Knights, by Paladins and Warriors, then it's only going to be transmoggable by Paladins, Death Knights and Warriors, for example. Now one interesting exception to the rule is Atiash. It looks like on my warrior, if I had Atiash on another character, it looks like it's going to be unlocked. I mean, it's on the appearance tab, it's right there, it says that it requires a quest, you have all the different colors for the different classes. Obviously in vanilla, each caster class had their own one with different colors, but it looks like if you do have this on another character, you might be able to transmog it on a warrior or another class that can use staves, but I don't know if that's true. We'll have to find out once it launches and once people with Atiash actually get in here and get to test it, because I do not have that weapon. So that's pretty much it, guys. Pretty darn cool. Something that we've definitely wanted in the game for the longest time. I mean, we're going to see an absolute ton of Thunder Furies bouncing around now. I mean, even on a Demon Hunter, Thunder Fury looks so freaking cool. So that's going to be really awesome. One final thing as well, which I know people are wondering about, is basically say you have a mage that looted the legendary bow from Sunwell. That doesn't mean that it unlocks. I think it's exactly the same as normal transmog, where if the class can equip it, then it unlocks it for transmog. And once you've unlocked unlocked a legendary appearance, it is account wide as well, so keep that in mind. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know down below if you're going to be transmogging any of your weapons into legendary weapons, or if you have any legendary weapons. It'd be really cool to see, and I definitely think people are going to start farming them now that you're actually able to use them for transmog. So before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to our amazing Patreon, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome, and if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. We've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM if you want to check me out on stream, checking out the PTR, checking out all this new stuff coming to the game in 8.3, twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.